Hey Brian, Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for Paver time in Houston, Texas. In this free SEO website audit provided by G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things that you can do to get Paver time in front of the people searching for Paver services in the Houston area. Like I said on the phone, I don't expect anything in return for this video. I'm really trying to put out this really good information to the people out there working hard and doing the labor of America. So I really have a passion for locally owned, family owned type businesses, which is why I called you today. You seem like a good business, so let's jump right in. My hope is that you can take this information and do these things that I'm showing you in order to help yourself get up there, right? But you can also think of this as like a business card with oomph, in that I am showing you what I know about this stuff so that if you don't have the energy, the time to do these things and you want to work with me and my team, we can set up a time to chat about it, see if our businesses make sense together, and see if a partnership makes sense to go forward with. So I'm going to jump in. That's enough of an introduction. So the first thing that I always look for when I audit a website is a big click to call phone number at the top. And you do have your phone number displayed fairly obviously up here, but I would make it larger and I would definitely make it a click to call, meaning that somebody on their phone, which is going to be more than half of the people that are on your website, are going to be on their phone. And if that's a click to call, it's going to be easy for them to just tap that number and it's going to pull up their phone app and call you right away. So that makes it a lot easier for your customers, first time as well as return. And so that's something that you can do pretty quickly. It's going to help with the conversion rate. That's really all I'm going to talk about when it comes to conversions. The rest of this video is really going to be talking about how to get people to your website even to begin with. So the first thing is content. How many words are on the page? And are they relevant to what you do? I guess one more thing about conversions. Love the video. I did watch it to the end. I thought it was really sweet. You guys did a great job of just being yourselves and showing what you do and how much you care. And I personally was, I was touched by the video. It was very sweet, and I actually learned a little bit, so that was great. But back to search engine optimization. So how many words are on the page? Are they relevant? There's definitely relevant words here. You talk about what you do, but you really want to increase the amount of words that you have on the page, and make sure to talk about things like how you do what you do and what materials you use and who you do it for and what area you serve. And that's all going to help to show Google that you know what you're talking about and that you're the expert in the subject. That's going to help you show up at the top of Google when people are searching for your services. And then also, you want to, let's see, there's an image here somewhere. If I go over to gallery, I'm sure there's an image there. So if I right click on an image and click save image as, this is a fun little trick that I have. I can see that this image was saved as the string of numbers and then paver patio. That's actually a little better than usual. Usually there's not even those words in there, but it is still a missed opportunity. What you can do is actually save these images again, but this time save them as key phrases that people are actually typing into Google when they're looking for your services and they're in the Houston area. I love this. This is so neat. I can show you not only how I found those keywords that you can include there, but a few that you might be interested in using right away. First, I'm going to show you, this is my tool called Ahrefs, and this basically is, it's a tool that gives me an in-depth look into how a website's performing, because it's one thing for it to look pretty, it's a whole other thing for it to function correctly, right? So here, I'm going to run you through a few important metrics here. Your UR and your DR score are very important. And your UR score is how trustworthy Google thinks that your web page is, this exact page. And in this case, it's your home page. And Google actually thinks you're pretty trustworthy. This is a fairly decent score. But that is kind of pulled down by the fact that your DR score is extremely low. And your DR score is that same metric, but for your entire website. So what this tells me is that these backlinks and referring domains are basically all going to your home page, and you're not doing much to be seen for your other pages, which is causing a serious imbalance here, and that's going to cause a bit of distrust with Google. Basically, they're going to be like, wait a minute, why are they putting all this effort into being seen on their home page when their other pages don't seem to have much going on at all? Maybe this is scammy, right? So you really want to try to bring this DR score up, and how you do that is with backlinks and referring domains. Now, you already have a decent amount of backlinks and referring domains, but I want to tell you what they are in case you're not the one working on it. A backlink is any link that goes from another website that goes back to your site. Really just any link to your site. And a referring domain is any website that has at least one of those links on there. So in order to increase the DR score, you just need more high quality links coming from other sites back to the other pages on your website besides your home page, and really even those out and bring that score up. And then as you're getting more of those referring domains, just make sure that they're coming from sites that are trustworthy. So sites that have a high DR score. We really like to go after ones that have like 30 and above. Those are really good ones. And you don't want to overdo it either. You want to add just a few at a time so that Google doesn't, think that you're trying to pull one over on it. Okay, so now we get into the fun stuff. This is keywords. And so I use the same tool. I go to Keywords Explorer and I typed in Houston, and then I typed in Paver, and this little asterisk here acts like a wildcard, so it'll show me Paver and Pavers. Okay, so there are a few that I liked. I don't know what travertine is, if that's a type of paver, and if that's the case, then that might be a good one, but it might be a competitor, in which case you probably don't want to have it all over your page, but you could maybe save an image or two as that and get in front of your competitors' customers. But this is an even better one because it's just Pavers Houston. People are definitely looking for your services, and they're in your service area if they're typing Pavers Houston into Google. Well, I guess there's a chance that they're looking for the actual objects, the pavers themselves, so that they can do the work themselves. But it's more likely that someone typing in this. So such broadly, they're not saying a particular type or anything like that. They're just looking for an expert. And so there are 70 people every month on average, I can tell from this volume here, typing this exact phrase into Google. And then it's got a KD of 5. A KD stands for keyword difficulty, and it's basically on a scale from 0 to 100, how difficult does this tool Ahrefs think it would be to get to the first page of Google. And a 5 may sound so extremely low, like out of 100, that's nothing, right? But a 5 is going to take a little bit of time to get to. A 0, even a 0 like down here, takes time. We're talking about building trust with Google, and that's something that's going to take a little while. We usually start seeing results in like the second month, and then it starts really ramping up in the third and fourth months when we're working with a client. So that kind of can give you an idea of what to expect there. But this 5 is not out of reach whatsoever. In fact, we like to go after 5 and below. That's what we call low-hanging fruit. It's going to be quicker, easier results. So let's focus on this Pavers Houston for the rest of this video. Now, I just really quick want to say there are 4 parts to a really good keyword, and that's something that you do, somewhere that you do it, low KD, and high volume. So I just want you to remember that. Okay, so here we are. This is what it looks like when you type in Pavers Houston into Google. There's an ad up here. Most people skip by the ads, but if I were to click on this right now, the people, aconcreteconstruction.com would pay money. I don't know exactly how much if I clicked on it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not a jerk. And then paving contractors, the map pack. So this is kind of interesting. This shows the top 3 results from the Maps part of Google. And how you get up into here is basically you have to prove to Google through citations that you really do exist, that you really do serve this area with this service. And so what you do is you go to your Google My Business listing, make sure that your phone number, address, and business name are all correct. And then you're going to take that information and put it on different directories like Yelp, Yext, City Star, White Pages, Yellow Pages, Facebook, and that's going to basically help you prove to Google that you really are legitimate, and that's going to help show you up here. And then down here is where the real fun happens. This is what's called the #1 organic result, and it'll get more clicks than any other thing on this page. And so what we want to do is be in this spot. Now, it's not terrible to be in this spot or even this one or any of the ones on the first page. It's pretty good. But being in this spot this spot right here, you're going to get a lot of visitors. So that's who I'm going to compare you with. Now, if I go to their website, this is the website that's sitting in that top spot there. And what I want to do is figure out why it is that they're showing up at this top of, in their #1 result, and we're not. So what is it that they're doing right that we could copy, and then what is it that they're missing out on that we could do better than them and get ahead? So the amount of content they have is not really impressive. And then if I right click on an image, let's see if this one, yeah, save image as, I can see, are they taking advantage? And they're not taking advantage of those key phrases in their images. So that's another way we can get ahead. And then over here, we can put them into this Ahrefs again, and they have a similar situation going on that you do, where their UR score is pretty good, but their DR score is very low, and that's gonna be due to an imbalance in the backlinks and referring domains. So by building up your UR and DR scores, and especially your DR score to get it to be higher than theirs, that is really going to help you get ahead there, and that might just be the ticket to get to the front page. So yeah, that's it for me. Here's my information if you want to get a hold of me. I would really appreciate some feedback on whether this was clear and whether it was helpful. And if you're going to do anything with this information, I like to keep track and see, sometimes people do some cool stuff and they get some success, and it gives me the warm fuzzies inside. And then of course, if you're interested in getting some help with this stuff, we'll set up a time to chat and talk about your business goals and see if we can do something to help you. So thank you so much for your time watching this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.